Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I want to pour the crushed ice effect and I have not poured it in ages. So I've mixed my resin, the ultra cast resin. I didn't let it sit and now I'm mixing my colors. So for my first color I'm using the Enoki. It's an alcohol ink, practically a white sinker from Octopus Fluids. And I shook my bottle very well. And I'm now spritzing really big spritzes into my white or for my white. So it's very opaque actually. And then I have my second color and I'm using the Smurf, which is a wonderful blue tone. And I also go with spritz, you see it. Yeah, there I made a mess at the side of my cup, but this is typical for me anyway. You see also my table is a completely mess again. And it's not a long time ago that I cleaned my table, but it is as it is. And into my second color, I'm adding the blue taffeta. It's an interference blue. It has a wonderful shimmer. And you will see it in a bit how gorgeous it's looking. So now I'm mixing my Enoki very well. And I guess many of you will be asking how much resin I have in this cup. In this cup, I have 70 grams of resin. So this is for my Enoki. And with my Smurf color, I had round about 90 grams of resin. And then I use, let me think, I need to calculate. I used round about, between 20 and 25 grams of resin to fill up my mold with the clear resin, but this will come later. So it's an easy ratio. You need, for the mold, I will be using the S size Geode Tray Mold from MoldsandShapes. It is 15 centimeter in diameter. I will have 70 grams with 3 spritz of the Enoki. I have 90 grams of this wonderful blue. And I have the rest, which I mixed up because I mixed up in total 190 grams of resin I use for my push at the end. So sometimes I need to really think what I've done before because I so often forget to take notes, but this is what I've done. So everything is mixed very well and then I can start pouring. So I got the idea to do the crushed ice effect again because I saw in a group from Julie Katz that someone asked, if someone made these white crackle effects in a shallow mold. And I said, yeah, I did it together with Sandra Rettich and Marion Richter about 3.5 years ago. It's ages ago when we were finding out how to get white crackles in a shallow mold. So it's basically the same like the Larimar effect, but I think you just need to pour it a little bit different. I think with the Larimar effect, the white might not be as strong, but in this shallow mold, and this is funny, it needs to be rather opaque, the white. And the best thing is to use Enoki, or what I've done in the past, I used the white crystal. This is also resin ink or an alcohol ink sinker from Etta Art. And what it also used to work with, it's from Let's Resin, the white sinker. So now you see what I've done. I poured on top of my white, I put my blue mix, and now I'm just filling up my mold. And there's still resin in my cup, I know, but I mixed a little bit more than I said, but this mold doesn't need more than 190 grams of resin. So now I'm putting some stones into the center and then I can just let the resin do whatever it needs to do. It does already some effects. You can see it with the blue, with the darker blue ring. that something is gonna happen, so fingers crossed. And like I said, I'm putting some stones into the center, some bluish teal stones, and yeah, some of the golden cracks. They're a little bit silver goldenish, so maybe you can call it, how can you call it? Aluminium gold, something like this. It's not really silver, but it's also not gold. So I think this will look beautiful for this pour. And then, yeah, fingers crossed that it still works, because like I said, I have not poured this technique for at least a year. And then you sometimes need to think, what did I do? What did I do? And how did I do it? And also I need to admit, the enoki is not as strong as it used to be. So I'm using nowadays a lot more of the enoki color. And now you have the time lapse and you can see that you just have white on top. So this is always like, okay, what is going to happen? So and you can see that the colors of the Smurf are at the edge. And this used to be a very good sign for me that something happened. Strange, isn't it? While the rest of your, of your pouring side is just white. But let's have a look. I'm really wondering if it worked. So, and look at this. Look at this. I'm so happy that it worked, and I love it. I really love it. It's very beautiful. And I'm so happy with the center as well, because it looks like it goes into, I don't know, into a deep sea. It's a beautiful effect. It's different than the Larima effect. And it's different than a broken glass effect. So this is a crushed ice effect, and I really adore this, and I'm still happy I can do this technique. I just wonder what you think, if you like this pour, and yeah, try to do it as well, because it's so much fun. And I love and leave you here, and I thank you for watching, guys. Take good care of yourself. Bye bye.